Hello again, it's Mark with the 1875 Lady in Waiting channel. We're happy you came back to visit us once again. As you can see, we're in a different room. We finally got some of our jobs done and whatnot that have been keeping us extremely busy the last few months. And we've got a little free time, so we decided we would come over and get some stuff done today. We're hoping to at least get this kitchen started. I don't know how far we'll get. It's a little later in the day, and so I probably only got a good 4 hours or so I can work today, but that's okay. We're going to see what we can get done. I do have a special guest. He's upstairs. My dad is here. He was sitting at home, kind of bored, and he didn't really have much to do, and I said, well, come on over. There's always something to do. And so he's upstairs, and he's pounding a few nails for me. I am thrilled to death that somebody else is beating a few nails out of boards right now. So, but that's where we're at today. We'll make some progress, and then we'll keep right on moving. So welcome and enjoy. counter, whatever you call it, the sink piece out of here. And underneath here, as I was pulling it out, not only did I find 4 layers of linoleum, but I also found a layer of newspapers. I was able to separate it just a little bit. I don't know if the camera will pick that up or not. We'll give it a shot there, but it says the Indianapolis News, Monday, May the 9th, 1927. So this piece of newspaper has been under there. It's been in there since all that time. There's a headline, and obviously there's an ad here. It says Rinks, 29 through 37 North Illinois Street. It looks like it's for some sort of, it says spring coats. Sorry. But then there's also a little headline here that says, it's right here, and it says, veteran gardener, aged 95, was an early railroad patron. So apparently this is like some sort of obituary. I don't have my glasses on, so I really can't read this, but I can see the big letters. But it looks like he was from Columbus, Indiana. And, anyway, it's just a piece of newspaper. It's underneath here. I've tried, there's a Dick Tracy comic right here. And, different advertisements. There's one for spring draperies. Never heard of it. Varney Electrical Supply. Oh, there's more. There must have been a funny page on the back side of this, but anyway. Still, kind of cool. It's been there for almost, at this point in time here in 2021, it's been there for almost 100 years. It's been there for 95 years, 27, so about, it's been there for over 90 years. So, that's pretty cool. So, just another goodie. So as I'm tearing things apart, I ran across 4 envelopes. Not a big deal. I'm trying to make out the date on them. Looks like the date on all of these is in 1957. This one says, in front of it says Plywood of Indiana. The next one, I can't really say, Somebody and Son. Another one here says Holiday Park Realty Corporation. And another one that says Wells Oil Incorporation. Kind of, not really such a big deal, except that all 4 of the letters are addressed to the Shell Oil Company, 450 North Meridian Street, Indianapolis 4, must be the zip code or zone, Indiana. And the one letter, or the one envelope here, has just a whole slew, I don't know if the camera will pick that up here, but they're old stamps. I am not a stamp collector. However, However, I'm also not stupid. I don't know if these stamps are valuable or if they mean something, but I will hang on to those, and I will take them somewhere and see what we've got here. If we've got anything, who knows, we may not. What I find to be the really disturbing thing is that they're all four addressed to the Shell Oil Company, and obviously 450 North Meridian Street is not where my house is. So I don't know where these came from. I don't have a clue who might have had these letters here or these envelopes. Other than the stamps, there's nothing inside of them. So stuck behind a piece of trim that, maybe they fell down in behind something. I can't really tell you. But the fact that they're, 60, 65 years old or something like that, 64, 65 years old, almost 65, is kind of, cool and interesting. Once again, the house has given us secrets that we don't know anything about, and more mysteries that we probably can't solve. I don't believe the Shell Oil Company still has offices on North Meridian Street. However, I might look it up and see. Who knows? So far, it's been an interesting day for the items that we've found, and that's always makes the day easier to work. So, yeah, all in all, kind of cool. As I was finished cleaning up underneath there, I found another little cool thing. See this? I'm old enough to remember what these are. In the, late 60s, early 70s, these came out. They are plastic popsicle sticks. And they have these little slots in there. If you had two of these, you could slide one in the other and give it a twist, and it would lock them in place. So it was like a popsicle stick with a Tinker Toys or an Erector set or something like that kind of ideal. That was the ideal behind it. Obviously, you kept buying this particular brand of popsicles, and you get a whole bunch of these. I remember having, I don't know, just 100 of these things or something. I don't remember exactly. But you'd get these, and you'd hang on to them. They came in all kinds of different colors, green and yellow and red and blue, and you'd get a whole bunch of them, and then you could make things with them, or at least attempt to make things with them. But that's something that I actually can remember from my childhood. So kind of cool, kind of stupid. I get it, but still kind of cool. Well, I'm here still in the kitchen working. There was a piece of plywood on the wall behind the, let me try to get some out of the backlight here, but there was a piece of plywood on the wall behind where the sink base was. And not only a piece of plywood, but also another piece of linoleum attached to the wall, and a piece of, I don't know, quarter-inch something. I don't know, it wasn't really plywood, but it was something that was meant to be on the wall for a reason. And the reason being, when I tore the piece of plywood off and the piece of linoleum and the other piece, well, here's what we're left with. Obviously, the plaster is in pretty bad shape in this room. This was the kitchen. This piece of baseboard that was down here along the back that they had just basically installed the sink over the top of That piece of baseboard is actually rotted. It is, so they've had some water issues. But, this whole wall, this is literally, I haven't done a thing. I pulled a piece of plywood off and pulled the other piece off. In fact, they're sitting right there. And the piece of linoleum that was on there, that's part of it. It broke in half when I pulled it off. But this is the plaster on this wall. If I walk right up here, you can see that this isn't attached in any way, shape, or form. This is just literally, this is falling off. There's no, there was nothing with this, and that goes all the way across, all the way to there. Underneath where the stairway is and where this door is, this also is not plaster. It's like a piece of cardboard. I don't know if you can see that bouncing or not, but it is definitely not plaster. And obviously, I can kind of pull pieces of it off. It's like it's like a cardboard. It's like I forget what they call this stuff, but it's just a it's definitely not it's definitely not a finished material, but that's what we've got. So and that starts right there at that seam, and then the rest of this is, some of it's drywall mud, it looks like, but some of it is the plaster just falling off the wall, and it's a mess, but it's all right. But when we look in, if I pull in here, I got pipes sticking out of the wall here. I don't know what they are. That one doesn't want to come out. I got pipes that apparently aren't attached to anything. I think that's an old water pipe. It looks like maybe an old water pipe. Could be gas pipe. I don't know. But it looks like the studs that are in here, that they're just double flats. That's what this one is. It's a double flat. That's what this one is. It's a double flat. So I'm not exactly sure what they were trying to do. Whatever they were trying to do didn't really work too well. Obviously, I do not believe that this half of is load bearing, because that the studs or the floor joists on this side of the house run, they run this way. So I don't think that this wall is in any way, shape, or form a bearing wall. We'll find out. We will obviously, we'll find out more as we get to it. Try not to backlight you there, but we'll get the plaster off of here, and then we'll be able to know for certain whether or not that's bearing or not. But I doubt if it is. It might have a floor joist sitting right on top of it, which if it is, okay, I'll leave it for the time being until I get the stairwell out of there, and then we'll go from there. But what can I say? It's just all a mess. But hey, we're making progress. It's a good day so far. Well, that's probably going to do it for this week. We are super thankful that you've come along and watched another episode. You know, I don't talk about the subscribe buttons or the like buttons. I figure at this point in time that, we all know how YouTube works, but if you've come along and watched us, we are extremely thankful. We appreciate anyone who does hit the subscribe button and hits the like button. I mean, that just, you know how the world works. And I also know that I am a very, very small drop in a great, great big bucket that is the YouTube world. We also know that you don't have a lot of time to dedicate to, everything that you would like to watch. So if you've picked us, we are extremely thankful. We appreciate everyone who, sends us little notes or comments. That stuff is that's great. And we are really, really, really thankful. But that's probably going to do it for this week. So until we see each other again next time, thanks again, and have a great day.